All right, Shalom Marcus, between 70 and 72. All right, because there's a false ideology in planet Earth today where people believe that salvation is something that they have obtained already, and that's not true. Because in order to get to that which is to come, something has to take place in the current, man. So we still living in the corruptible current. All right.
Yeah, this is Luke 1:70. And as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
So since the world began, the Lord has always used his prophets to do what? Speak. Speak not their own words, but the words that he had already preordained for them to speak unto the people and unto the nations. And that's what you see in this very day. Although we have our own demons and our own doubts in our mind of us being prophets and of us being men of the Lord, but we're doing that same work and that labor that those prophets of old did. So somebody upon planet Earth, as it is written, since the world began, since the earth began, have been doing this work, man. Go ahead.
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the land of all that hate us.
So we shall be saved from the hand of our enemies and from all of them that hate us, man. All right. Being racially profiled or a terminology the so-called black man has, driving while black. That's a derogatory terminology, man. That's something that should not happen. But why does it happen? Because you are in the hand of your enemy, man. And we're not saved from that condition. Even you so-called Christians out there who believe in this system as though you can prosper in it, you know, you have a false way of thinking because now you believe that you're equal with the so-called white man. That's why the scripture says that a gift destroyeth the heart. Because now you've received these particular crumbs, you receive these particular benefits, all from the hand of your original oppressor. So now you think everything is all good. Because when you look at the generations of old, even not just going back a couple hundred of years, during the time of slavery, when the so-called white man had the Negro in slavery, the so-called Negro in slavery, those generations of people, they just didn't die off and just disappear from the face of the planet. They still exist. Those lineages are still here today. They still own businesses and corporations are worth billions and millions of dollars and worth trillions of dollars. All right? So that disdain and that hatred that they continue to have towards you, whether it's openly or whether it's secretly, is still there. So you're not saved from the hand of your enemy, neither from the land of your oppressor. I go ahead.
Hey, this is Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved.
So that was a future prophecy that the apostle had prayed for, that Israel might be saved, man. So we're not saved yet, but in order for that event to come in the future, the Lord has to rid the earth of the plague that's current, man. All right. So you heathen nations, all right, you're gonna die here in this land, all right? And the elite of the so-called white man, the Edomites, they're going to be chained up into shackles and going to go into slavery and captivity, man. All right? You have something, bro? Hey, give me 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. Whoever get it.
The 2nd Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom should be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
In the beginning of the immortality for to come, man. So that day of doom is coming to what? And because when the doom, what you call it, the doom and the gloom, and when that day comes, there's going to be a lot of people to die, man. And that's pretty much the topic of the lesson. A lot of people are going to die. A lot of you people who claim to be saved already are going to die and perish, man. Until you come back and return unto the true creator, you know, Yahweh, in the name of his son Yahweh shot through the Holy Spirit, all right, because those three are one, right, of the same mind. Until you return and come back to that, but it's only for the Israelites. When you look at the 12 tribes of Israel, they still exist today, man, because our Creator turned his back upon us just for a moment, though. Hey, because we kindled him to anger. So therefore, he gave us into the hands of our enemies, jumping back to Luke chapter 1, right? And gave us over to the hands of our oppressors, man. You got some more?
Yeah, it says, but the day of doom should be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
That's right. So that day of doom is that point where a lot of people are going to perish, man. All right? And because the Lord has this current earth and world preserved unto fire. Right? So what does fire do? It burns and it consumes, man. So a lot of our people are going to be consumed by this fire. And when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities, because there were 5 cities in total, what was he doing? It just burned up trees, burned up wildlife? No, he was destroying people, man. So this second go around, when the Lord redeems his people, as he did in the first Egypt, who did he destroy in the first Exodus? All right, he killed the entire army of Pharaoh, including Pharaoh himself, man. So the Lord is all about war, man. He's all about uplifting and bringing it down. But in order to uplift the nation of Israel, he has to bring down his current system, man, in which a lot of people are going to die and a lot of people are going to perish, man. And the only people that can't be saved anyway are the Israelites. But you Israelites out there, you so-called Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native American Indians, you got to come back to your true nationality. You got to stop calling yourself a Puerto Rican, man, and identify yourself as an Ephraimite from the tribe of Ephraim, man, of the 12 tribes. You got to stop calling yourself a real nigga and come back to your true nationality of being a Judite, you know, of being the head tribe of the nation of Israel. You got to quit recognizing yourselves as a Cherokee Indian, right? That's all funny dandy at the same time, because you hold on to a heritage that pretty much the Lord gave you here in the land of your captivity, but you got to go back to being a Gadite. You got to go back to being a Rumenite, you know, a so-called Seminole Indian. You got to come back to who you truly are, man. If not, you're going to die in your ignorance, man. Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 1:24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah wouldest not obey me. I will turn me to the other nations and unto those which I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. Seeing you have forsaken me, I will forsake you also. When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you. Whensoever you should call upon me, I will not hear you. For you have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter. Ye have not as it were forsaken me, but your own selves, said the Lord.
That's right. You know, you want to break it down?
Yeah, this is going to show you throughout the ancient time, our people, many so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, forsaking the Most High back in the ancient days. So whatsoever is written 4 times, written for our learning, those same people are back again today. They doing the same acts again. We're pretty much in the book of Acts right now, and our same people are forsaking the Most High and his prophets.
Yep. So you got scoffers out there to say, we're not in the book of Acts. The book of Acts was the book of Acts. But the scripture says that there is no new thing under the sun, man.
Right, bro.
All ages and phases repeat themselves, man. All right?
I got 2 to link up, bro. And this is Revelation, I get to the point, 14 and 17, it states, and another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. Verse 18, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. Now this is going to break it down. This is Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him, and that treadeth in the winefat? Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
And that's what the Lord's going to do when he come back, man. He's going to stain all his raiment. And from the slaughter, and from that slaughter that he's going to do, man.
Yeah.
So that's why we're saying a lot of people are going to die, man. You're not going to be raptured up. You're not gonna be hand in hand one with the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, you're gonna die here on this side, man.
They also say the greatness of his strength. Let's go into those chariots, right? Bro. You people know as UFOs. When you say Lord of hosts, those are armies that's gonna be behind you. How Shawi comes back.
Right. Hey, this is Second Ezra chapter 8 and 1, and he answered me saying, "The Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few."
So the Lord made this world for many. All right, that's why there's already about 7 billion people here upon planet Earth. He said, but that world to come for few. Why is that? Hey, because that great slaughter is gonna be here, man. So, hey, the same way. Hey, how many souls? How many souls?
During Noah's time,
No, during Exodus. Exodus chapter
like
1.
70.
When it was 70 souls.
70, yeah.
See, it was
70,
a small. It was a small number. But then it multiplied and grew and grew.
Right.
That's how the kingdom of heaven is going to be, man.
That's right.
All right. But that's why the majority of the people are going to die here on this side. You got some more?
Yeah, a little more. Verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
That's right. That's what I was holding right there. There be many created, but few shall be saved, man. See, this is that hard scripture to digest. Oh my God, see, people going to die. You know, 'cause everybody think that death is something that Satan did. No, the Lord has to kill off people, man, in order to purge certain wickednesses, wicked acts and evils out the earth, man. So ultimately, 2/3 of our people they jump to that.
Yeah, this is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
That's right. And so that 1/3 out of that complete whole is the only grape of the cluster that's going to be plucked out and saved, man, and actually redeemed. All right? Hey, because although we believe wholeheartedly in the Heavenly Father and His Son through the Spirit, we don't say that we're saved yet. As you proud Christians and you people out in the world do, we don't do that. We say, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, we're worthy to be saved in the last end, man.
And if I could just add, bro, those Christians, they don't even know what they're saved from. If you ask them, what are you saved from? They're actually thinking from this form of lifestyle that they just live. No, you want to be saved from, goddamn it, Jacob's trouble, man.
That's a cut on them right there, because Jacob's trouble only consists of the 12 tribes of Israel. So you other nations, you out of there.
All right. That's why the scriptures say that they are not in trouble as other men are, man.
Right.
All right? Because you don't have anything to say. And we got a sign where 3 jakes, you got two that were hung, and there's one on the ground. Who knows what happened to him? And it says, what does the so-called white man need to be saved from, man? What do you other people need to be saved from? You call us the minorities. You call us the undesired. You call us the less privileged. You got all these terms for us, and you have this evil eye that you have toward us, and even the smile that you give us is a fake smile. It's like a fear smile. Oh my God, don't kill me.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, don't take my purse. You know what I'm saying? That's how you people look at us, man. Hey, but the tables are going to turn, man. Hey, because the Lord is going to make the tail the head, man. And the head, which is you, Esau, is going to become that tail, man. Hey, because when you read the book of Revelation, it says that you're going to have to pay double. You know, you're going to have to pay double for all of the evil acts and wickedness that you commit upon planet Earth, man. And if you say, oh no, no, we've done good, you know. So if that's the case, what is one good thing that the so-called white man has done upon planet Earth? Just put it in the comment board, you know? Just upload it, enter, send it out. One good thing the so-called white man has done upon planet Earth. The last answer that we received was he created insulin. What was that? Was it insulin?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he said chip.
Yeah, one Edomite, penicillin, that's what it was. Yeah, we got 2 answers in the past 5 years. One guy said that what he did good was gave us Chick-fil-A, which was derogatory because he was trying to reference Jake eating chicken. Right. Okay, cool. In the other occasion, he said that the white man gave us penicillin. But then the next question was, who gave us the diseases to need that penicillin injection, man? The so-called white man. So he gave you the problem and then gave you the solution to what he capitalized off of, man. So you still fail. Hey, because in order to plague a person and then give them the cure, you know, if you got 100 people paying you $100 a month, you know what I'm saying, for this cure that you already gave, for the cure to the plague that you gave them, you capitalizing off of that.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
if you receive AIDS from a needle, you go around and poke people on the subway, and then you give them your card to leave. You know, you inject them. Oh, if you ever get sick, you know somebody's sick, here's my card, call me.
Yeah.
And then in their mind, oh, it was God. God knew that I was about to get sick. Let me call this man. So now he got you locked and you coming to him on a regular basis, like clockwork. And ching, 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 ching. He's cashing in for free. He's cashing in for nothing.
It's kind of like a fiend that needs that you know, that fix.
That hit.
That hit, because basically, like the brother said, once you receive that AIDS or /HIV, however you want to call it, the money's in the treatment. So what does he do? He don't cure you. He just gives you something to keep you alive a little bit so you can continue to come back.
It's pretty much he's treating
Yeah.
instead of curing it.
Instead of y'all.
And the penicillin, the crazy thing about that, that's not even beneficial to people anyway, because penicillin is an antibiotic. You look up the word antibiotic, it means against life. So that's not even natural right there for you anyway. That's right.
And because the true herbs and what you call when you heal something, the true cures or medicines, they come from the earth, man. All right, they're not created in some laboratory by some mad scientist, man, who's in there, you know what I'm saying, walking around with a hard on under this white robe, you know what I'm saying, just like, oh my God, it's gonna work. You know, and you got the so-called white man is out there, they trying to be the first devil to do a head amputee, man. Take one head off of a body and put on another one. Who would volunteer for that? You know, they got to be a live subject. What you gonna do? It's gonna be dead and revived back to life. It's madness, man. It's bro. If we don't get salvation pursuant to the scriptures, it said that there shall be no flesh to be saved, man. Go ahead, bro.
This Isaiah 66 and 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. All right? So there shall be many more of them that perish than them that shall be saved. I'm going to read this real quick for you. Proverbs 24:20. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. And ultimately, it's the so-called white man. Hey, but the candle of the wicked, of our people, 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be put out, man. Hey, because as it is written, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And who's in hand in hand with the wicked? These Israelites, man. Hey, because the other nations was created. They were created to and the Lord gave them their own gods, man. He don't care about them. He don't desire them to worship him, man. He gave them their own gods and idols to go after, and he commanded us not to follow such patterns, man. You know?
Just to prove how that's a twofold scripture. When you look up in like book of Matthew and Luke, when Yahushua was talking to the wicked scribes and Pharisees, he also called them, you are your father the devil. So they follow those same pretty much traditions as the so-called white man.
I got a quick one, bro. That's the last one from me. Hey, this is Revelation 7:3, saying, heard not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. This is the point. Verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So who's going to gain salvation? All the tribes of the children of Israel, man. 144,000, that's 12,000 from each tribe, man. It didn't mention any other nation of people. So the salvation is only for Israel. All right? But that destruction coming, it's not. The angels are being held back and restrained. They're being held back and restrained right now until that time, till that 144,000 are all sealed, man. As soon as the 144,000 is sealed in the Lord's time, man, boom, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen instantly, man. And because at that point there's no need to prolong it. Because when who had to flee? And when Lot had to flee the city, the destruction didn't come until he got outside the city, man.
That's right.
You know, he asked for more time. And because the city that the angel recommended, he's like, no, I don't want to go there. Please allow me to go into this city. So they held it back, even prolonged it longer, just to preserve him, man.
That's a good point. And then which goes to show you, for y'all to, if y'all trying to play ignorant, That ninth verse is actually talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. The confusions of faces, which goes back to the nation of Israel, man.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, because for Israel to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, intermingling of the seed gives you diverse colorations. It gives you diverse facial features, man.
Yeah.
So we judge no man upon the outer appearance, you know, unless it's according to folly. Hey, because Scripture tell you that excessive gait, you know what I'm saying, the man shows what he is. But he just walk around just being a clown or a coon.
And the laughter is laughter.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
You say you want second Ezra 9 this is second Ezra 9 and 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be unpunished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
So we inquire how the righteous is going to be saved, like the brothers read in Revelation. All right, that 144,000, that 1/3, that elect, that one great pluck from the cluster, man. Go ahead.
Whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Wow. So the world was created for the elect of Israel, man. The world was created for our sakes. Hey, because even Ezra himself asked the Lord if the world was created for our sakes, why do we not currently inherit the earth or have the earth, man?
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
Now, those are future vision, a future prophecy that Ezra was speaking of, man.
Okay.
There shall be many more of them that shall perish than them that shall be saved. Because when the Lord returns, he's not coming back with flowers and dandelions and saying, come ye all, come ye one. That's not how it's going to go. And because for the Lord to say, when he returns, that every eye shall see him, even those that pierced him, what is he going to do to them that pierced him? You think just because they pierced him, that they're the only ones that are going to receive judgment? No. Babylon, the great sins, which is America, have reached into the heavens, man. The people of this land, all you transgender people out there, all you homosexuals, where you open with it or in the closet, all you lesbians, all you rapists, all you murderers, all you willing adulterers, all right, all you thieves, all you people are in that category to be cut off to the slaughter, man. Go ahead.
Also, America's, that's the place that his image was crossed out of. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's sort of revelation.
Yep.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the sea, as the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husband is himself, so is his husbandry. Also, for it was the time of the world. And now, when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in and now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
So the acts of the people that were created to dwell upon planet Earth are corrupted.
That's right.
The Lord's telling you.
That's right.
All right, as it is written.
Yeah.
So what happened to a corruptible seed or a corruptible line, man? You know, it gets weeded out.
That's right.
It gets uprooted. Uprooted for a human means it's over with, man.
And that's the justification, man, because you are corrupted, man.
The justification for his righteous indignation.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead.
All right. And by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril.
So we consider the world, and behold, and we see the peril. And then the Lord gave us the signs to look for in the prophecies, Matthew chapter 24, all right? And the same thing is written in Mark, right? Same thing is written in Luke, all right?
Because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. That's
the elect. That grape of the cluster is the elect that the Lord has spared and preserved. Preserved for what? Salvation.
That's right.
Because there shall be many more of them that shall perish than them that shall be saved, man. The people that are going to be saved is a small number. The people that are going to be destroyed is a great number, man. Remember, almost 7 billion people, man. All right? And even America alone has what is it? 300 million, more or less. So we can look it up. All right. But that great slaughter is coming, man. All right.
Over 325 million.
325 million, man. All right. So a lot. Hey, and Israel, the 144,000 throughout the entire planet Earth. So this is that land of great judgment, man. This is that great. So this is that horde that sits upon many waters, man. Not the Vatican, man. All right.
The scriptures say Israel is sand of the sea. So a lot of these people are going to be dying. A lot of Israelites.
In verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born. You know what, bro? Let me go back to 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. Verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
So with great labor, the Lord has made it perfect, man. All right. So the elect are going to be tried, tried and refined as gold in a furnace, man. You know. So, you know what I'm saying. With that being said, you know what I'm saying. Lord willing, the edification was there. You know. Until next time, we'll say shalom.
Shalom, my